Greetings to you, stock traders, value investors, hype dorks all across the fruited plain. It's Monday. Lots of stuff going on today. We go. All right, good morning to everyone. How are you? So I just opened up my Yahoo Finance this morning and I saw this: U.S. opens formal safety probe into Tesla's autopilot crashes. Those autopilot crashes, I mean, all right. If you're a person that goes bungee jumping over a bunch of alligators and your cord snaps and you fall in, I don't feel very bad for you. If you jump out of a plane and you go splat, I don't feel bad for you. If you get in the back of your Tesla and think that it's going to drive down the road when everybody tells you not to do it and you crash, I can't say I feel bad for you. So it's the people that I feel bad for is the ones that when they're on autopilot and they go around a turn and they're doing everything correctly and you go past a truck with the siding is chrome and the chrome gets blared out by the camera and then the person goes under the truck and there's a big issue. That's when I feel really bad about it. Yes, I could. No, you turn your volume up. I haven't turned my volume up in 6 months. I'm not turning my volume up. So that's it. But that's what we got. So let's see. Futures are down this morning. There's a lot of chaos going on. Everything that's happening in Afghanistan, everything that's happening in China, everything that's happening everywhere. So let's see what we got. All right. I did these stories so long ago. Let's do what consumers are saying this morning. What's bothering consumers? So, a Bank of America study suggested that the consumer slowdown is likely to be reflected in July's retail sales report that's coming out tomorrow. Hard data shows that the consumers feel about the economy, about their economic position as of mid-August shows that sentiment has fell off a cliff during the month. The University of Michigan preliminary study shows sentiment for August showed a drop of 11 points. And that's getting towards the lowest level since 2011. And they've been tracking this for 50 years. So, yikes. Let's see here. What did this guy say? Something about the Great Recession. The losses covered all aspects of the economy, from personal finances to prospects for the economy, including inflation and unemployment. Absent high restrictive measures related to the spread of the virus, delayed returns to offices, mask mandates in schools, potential changes to your travel plans, etc. Yeah, that is what that's what we're seeing out there. So I guess we're gonna, I don't know. Anyways, what I want you guys to focus on this week, and I'm gonna pull up in the next story, is see what's going to happen tomorrow with Target. Well, not is Walmart tomorrow? Walmart's the 17th, and tomorrow's the 17th. So Walmart, Target, these kind of things. So something else I want to pull up. The current administration has given a boost to food stamps. They've given a 25% increase to pre-pandemic levels. Now, I don't care what you think about it. This is what I want you to look at. You could screenshot these stocks if you want to, especially if you're not in the Bid and Ask Nation. A little bonus time for you here. So when I see money that's given out by the government, I always look at it and say, okay, what stocks are going to benefit from my trading side? And to me, it's companies that you can go shop at. I'm not sure how shopping's going, just because the malls over the weekend were packed, though. I had to go to a mall, and that was something. So Chipotle, McDonald's, Starbucks, pizza, Walmart, Target, people that distribute food, that's where I like to go to look for when money's being given away. So that's what I think you should do. Secondly, I'm going to put my Christmas stocks in the Bid and Ask Nation soon. Those are going to be companies like Louis Vuitton, what's the other one? Ralph Lauren, those kind of things. So when Christmas time comes around, I like those stocks typically get a boost. So if you like to trade and you want some stocks, here's some stocks that I think you should keep an eye on for the next couple of weeks, just because with free money comes spending. So here was my favorite story to read this morning. It's the taper. Fed officials weighing in on ending the taper or starting to taper the quantitative easing. So the Federal Reserve officials are nearing an agreement to begin scaling back their easy money policies in about 3 months if the economy continues to move on. So it's so funny. I look from both ends and I see some people are like, yep, the economy is recovering very well. Other end is saying the economy is doing terrible, that people are not going back to work. Now they're giving out more food stamps. And it's just like, well, which one is it? Are we improving or are we not improving? I mean, the inflation rate is off the charts. It's well over 2%. So I think it's 5.4% at this point. So in recent interviews and public statements, several Fed officials have advocated for this timeline, which would enable them to raise interest rates sooner than currently anticipated if the economy makes rapid progress towards their goals. Their meeting in July, they deliberated, and they are set to release minutes today. Minutes on Wednesday. So keep an eye for the minutes. The Fed is set to release the minutes Wednesday that could provide further clues about those discussions. The answers are important to the financial markets because the Fed rules the market. Literally everything hinges on what the Fed decides to do. That's why I only highlighted up to the point of because the rest of it, I don't even care what it says. The Fed rules the market. At this point, at their June 15th to 16th policy meeting, 13 of the 18 Fed officials projected that they would raise the interest rates by the end of 2023. 7 expected to do so by the end of 2022. For those of you that don't know, that's next year. Jerome Powell said at the conference that the Fed is still a ways from considering raising the interest rates. It's not something on their radar right now. The Fed now finds itself in a very different position. The economy is still growing rapidly. Unemployment is much lower, 5.4% in July. Inflation is much hotter, 5.4%. And bond yields have tumbled, even as the central banks are discussing plans to reduce the bond purchases. So that's that. I don't need to read any more further on this. You guys get it every single morning from me. But it's just something to keep an eye on, guys. Something to keep an eye on. Now, let's go to oil stuff. Do I want to go here? I can't remember which one I wanted to do first. I think I wanted to do this one first. All right, so oil prices. So we need to keep an eye on oil prices, especially for the traders. Please go ahead and keep an eye on these things. Keep an eye on Shell. Keep an eye on BP, Chevron. I think that you can squeeze some stuff out of here. This is concerns with China. And frankly, you can throw Afghanistan into that mix, even though that's just the news story that's going to be running the day. I don't know how much longer it's going to go, but I said to somebody in the Bid and Ask Nation, I don't think that this narrative is going to stay around too long. I think after the plunger protection team gets in there and just buys the hell out of futures, that things are going to recover sooner than later. Guys, smash the like button for me. Let's get this thing going. Or smash the dislike button if you don't like me. That would be fine too. Oil futures fell 1% on Monday. Indications are showing that China is slowing their production and they're importing. They're the second largest importer of oil, and that is due to the COVID-19 outbreaks and the shutdown. So Chinese factory output and retail sales slowed in July sharply. Oh, China's the world's biggest importer of oil, excuse me. Doubts about the speed of the economic recovery were also heightened after the U.S. consumer sentiment dropped sharply in August, which I read in the first story. Money managers are reducing their net long positions in crude futures and options holding in the week of the 10th, so that was last week. Now, next story I'm going to go to, this is all short term. So if you're a short term, by the way, I'm trying to learn some more about oil because to me, it's just so geopolitical. I mean, you go Afghanistan, China, United States, UAE. It's so all over the place. I'm trying, but man, you can look at it. The short-term look on oil is low, and now you go to this one, the U.S. Gulf of Mexico and oil producer consolidation upgrade. So here we go. Top 10 oil producers, led by Royal Dutch, BP, and Chevron, this year pumped 86% of the region's 1.6 million barrels per day, up about 11 percentage points since 2017. Now, this is looking into the future. BP plans its first production early next year on a 140,000 barrels per day project. Shell has said that they're going to do a 100 barrels per day field that will be producing in 2024. We plan to grow to about 400,000 barrels per day in the middle of the decade, a senior vice president of BP said. I'm optimistic that the Gulf of Mexico will be around for a long time. So, sheesh. Those of you that think that oil is going away, it sure doesn't look like it, and it would be extremely difficult to get rid of oil. The amount of regulation and overhead makes it difficult for smaller companies. The big ones, no, not that bad. The big operators, they're used to the overhead and they can withstand the overhead. So that is that with oil. And where are we? So I know there's a lot more people on the show. I want to just pop this one up real quick again. So they have decided that in October, they're going to increase the food stamps by 25%. If you guys want to, I personally think that you should keep an eye on stocks such as this. These are not the only ones, but these are ones that I think that you should keep an eye on. Chipotle, McDonald's, Starbucks, those are going to get a boost. When people have extra money in their pocket, they typically go and spend it. And they spend it on places like this. So screenshot it, write it down, whatever you want to do. And that's that. Last story. All right. I posted an article in what do you call it? What's that chatting thing? Discord that we over the weekend. Guru Focus, wonderful website. 1994 wants their website back. Oh my gosh. I tried to export this file right here as a PDF and it won't let me do it. It's just such a terrible website. I shared a link with everybody. Like the 5,000 people in our Discord. I guess it's broken. You go and Google it, can't find it. But this is the link that I was trying to share with you guys. So if I ever share a link from Guru Focus and it's broken, it's them, not me. I tried it on 3 different devices. It's terrible. But Mohnish Pabrai, let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. Mohnish Pabrai leans into Alibaba shares as they continue to tumble. So he adds a little over 53% to his Alibaba. So where were we? I just wanted to get down here. Dun, dun, dun. And I love this guy. I've been reading the book Richer, Wiser, Happier. The chapters about Mohnish Pabrai and Joel Greenblatt have really spoken to me. None others really have. But his current holdings are Micron, Seritage Growth Properties. This is in the United States at Alibaba because he holds a lot of international stuff. In the first quarter, he allocated 14.61% of his equity portfolio to the holding, and that was at an average price of $245.98. This is a great example. The second quarter, the shares continued to fall. He jumped in on it, growing his holding by 53%. And you can see this. So this is all about dollar. Yeah, I am in love with this man. This is all about dollar cost averaging. He bought it here. He continued to buy the price down. Even now, when it's around $187 range, he's still buying. So this is what it's all about, guys. When we talk about how we sell puts and dollar cost average into positions, etc., this is what it is. You get excited for prices to fall because you see that you're going to have, you see the stock as having a value of I'm just going to throw out a number here, $600 a share. If you're still buying, if you bought it at 245, why would you not want to buy it at 187, etc.? So this is what it's all about, guys. This is a great example. That's why I pulled this story up, just to show you that this is a pretty simple way of looking at the dollar cost averaging. So, excuse me, 184. Is it really at 184 right now? That's exciting. 184.40. Hells yeah. All right. Let's see what. So the yields are actually just pretty stuck. There was a lot of stuff about the yields and bonds this morning that I didn't really take a peek at. Okay, Roblox is reporting today after the bell, so good luck to you. Walmart reports before the bell tomorrow morning. Home Depot before the bell tomorrow morning. I know before the bell tomorrow morning. I know a lot of you are in that, so please pay attention. Lazy Boy tomorrow. Wednesday is Nvidia and Cisco and Robinhood and Target. Lowe's is also on Wednesday. Let's see, is this Macy's? Macy's, AMAT. If this is not going to load, let's see. Macy's, AMAT, Kohl's, Ross, BJ's Wholesale, and then John Deere, Foot Locker, and Buckle report on Friday. And I think that pretty much wraps up earnings season. So if you guys want to join the Bid and Ask Nation, or if you want to join anything on our Discord or software or what have you, here you go. Patreon.com/everythingmoney. $7 gets you into the Discord. $26 gets you into the Discord plus the software. $76 gets you into the Bid and Ask Nation Discord, plus all of this Discord, plus all of the software. And if you want to do a one-on-one session with me, there's one left. After this one sells out, the price is going up. One-on-one Zoom session with me. Talk about whatever you want, anything trading, whatever you want to do. And if you want to do a real estate deal, consultation with Paul, 4 hours of his time, $10,000, and we go from there. So, all right. We go to the part of the show where you send me whatever stocks you want to do, and I'll evaluate them for you. Bring it on. I'm going to look at, what do I want? I want to look at United Airlines. United Airlines, well, it's not just United, but all of these airlines were starting to divert all of their plane flights from out of and around Afghanistan. So they are, I'm sure they're going to see some hit because that's going to throw everything off base. I don't know how many flights they have over there, but that might be just it. There's not a lot of flights over there, so everything gets messed up over there. But they have gapped down this morning. I do assume that this gap will eventually fill, and they have dropped below all of their moving averages, so that's not good for them. I'm sure if you look at any other airline, it'll do that. Let's look at Delta. Delta has dropped below that moving average. Let's see what, for 85 cents a day, Mo will switch off the AC. I don't know what you're talking about, but it is so cold in my house right now. It's 70 degrees. Cleveland Cliffs. And look at my mug today. The Sopranos. The Bada Bing. Kids show. Oh, Matthew. Okay. All right. When in doubt, Matthew. When in doubt. So right now, CLF is in a pretty uptrend, getting into that overbought area. Pretty decent volume. This stock was hit by a short squeeze back many months ago when all that stuff was going on. So that's no fun. But if you want to do something with this, add on new highs. What did I just type in? Square. Square is in a downtrend. This is a hard stock to short, guys. Hold on. I'm just trying to analyze this. Okay. So I just want to draw lines here just to see where we're at. Let's draw a line from today. Let's see. So there's a support line right here. This is kind of a consolidation area. It went up and came back down. Kind of a consolidation area, went up and came back down. So if it breaks through this level and kind of gets into this, call it 250 area, 255, 257 area. That's where I think you can go ahead and short this. I think you'll do a great job shorting that one down. But with Square, just make sure that you're playing with stops because you need to. Every time you smash the like button, Paul clubs a baby seal. Save the seal. Smash the like button. Join the Bid and Ask Nation. Yeah, that is true. That is true. All righty. But thank you for the donation. I don't know what the donation is this week, but you'll find out tomorrow on the 2 p.m. show. All right. Let's see here. eBay. So eBay, I don't know what happened over the weekend. Oh, you want to swing trade it? Okay, let's look over here. So this is great. If you I don't know where you're going to open the day on eBay, but if you open the day up here, go ahead and buy it. This is a phenomenal swing trade. Okay, so we open the day right here. So if you get an engulfing candlestick like that today, buy it. That's all I have to say about that, because that is a good looking trade. All right. The gabagool. Big. I don't know who typed big, but I'm just going to have to guess that it was Beaker. All right. So big is sitting on the bottom, coming on down. You are going to face a ton of resistance at 56 and a lot more resistance at 54. But you're under your 2 moving averages up here. So this is going to be a tough one for you. I personally wouldn't touch it, to be honest with you. I wouldn't touch it until it gets a little more sense of direction on where we're going to go. Any word on cannabis stocks? I still believe the same thing that I've always believed about cannabis stocks. They are in the same realm to me as cryptocurrency. You got to wait for the government regulation, the real government regulation to come in. Of course, the government's in there now, but I mean like the real government regulation. Oh, breaking news. I changed my price on my price on Bitcoin. I sat down for like 4 hours this weekend and read a lot about Bitcoin. I've gone from $520 million per coin of Bitcoin by the end of 2021 to $521 million. The landscape has drastically changed. I am not going to give away the reason that I think that, but yeah, I just can't give that away. That research was way too valuable. All right. Let's see here. So Jay, I don't know what this is, but it's moving up very nicely through the sweet spot. You got a little bit of a pullback today. And the thing that concerns me about the pullback is that it gapped down like that. It wasn't just a straight up pullback. So if this thing runs up like so today and maybe closes like that, I would be okay with it. But do not do anything with this today. Let it settle out today and just see where we go from that. All right. What do I think about Roku? I like Roku. I like Roku's more than Apple TVs. Okay, let me zoom out just a little bit here. Yeah, I would be, let's see what this is. All right, so this is your support line. Yeah, it's a 200-day moving average. So if you have opened, you're going to open today below the 200-day moving average. If you get an engulfing candlestick down like this, go ahead and short it. You're going to run into resistance here, a little under $330 a share, but I think that you're going to, do just fine with that. Since Mo is more about trading and Paul is more about a holder, how do you guys come together to say X company? That one guy, 1235. I actually, 98% of my portfolio is invested in value. It's the same. Paul and I invest virtually all the same. I just teach the trading side. And I did a lot more trading when I was younger, but right now I do 98% of my portfolio is value. That's how we work together. All right, let's see here. Sorry, how many million per coin? Nathan Willett, I said $521 million per coin by the end of 2021. New guy. Okay, for those of you that don't know, I'm being sarcastic. SWBI. All right, SWBI. That was an epic run up, but this is your classic head and shoulders pattern. You get to the top, you probably had a flagpole pattern here. I bet this was a flagpole that looked like that. I'll check it out in a second, but this is a great head and shoulders pattern. And when you get head and shoulders patterns, you know that after the right side of the shoulder, it's going to come straight down. So let's zoom into this just so maybe we can teach a little bit about this. Let's see what we got here. All right. So it wasn't the worst flagpole in the world, but this is a pretty bad flagpole. It's just, you went from $20 to $36 in a matter of, 10 days? That's not too normal. But you have your classic head and shoulders pattern where it comes straight down like so. So just if you want to do something with this, I believe This is considered a dog stock now. So I think that what they're going to do is this thing is just going to consolidate, go sideways for a long time, and eventually it'll pop back up and be more normal. But right now, please be careful with it. All right, next. Oh, let's look at O. I don't know what O is. Oh, this is looking great. This is a REIT. I remember this one now. All right. So you're in the overbought range. Let me zoom out 2 years. Aha, 50%er. So here's your high, here's your low. I was wondering why it couldn't break this level right here. Yeah, let's just draw that. Let's draw the 50% area. It's probably a little bit lower. It's probably like here. So let me draw it a little bit better. So 50% rule, for those of you that don't know, you have your high and you have your low over like a 1 to 2 year period. And then all of this area is overhang on top. And the stock price will get up to 50% and it'll fall back down. 50% fall back down. And sometimes it'll break through it and then it'll fall back down. And it's doing that again. So right now, it cannot break through this level right here. I would expect, unless you get a ton of buying volume to come in here, that this thing is going to come right back down to the line that I drew. So you can add on a new high if you would like to, but please use stops. I just think this is, you need to use stops here. Intel. Oh my God. Every time I look at the Intel chart, it's like, man, those gaps. All right. So the good news, you have a gap to fill right here. And your trend is starting to trend up just a touch, not really, but just a touch. You can see the last couple of months that it's tried to trend up and get into the sweet spot. It's lasted for maybe 2 weeks, 10 trading sessions, something like that. So it's not the best. The thing that's going to get this thing in the sweet spot and stay in the sweet spot is volume, and you don't have that. Plus, you got to break through 4 moving averages. So right now, be patient with it. Maybe throw a tracker share on it, and you will be A-OK. OSTK. Overstock.com. Okay. Overstock.com. They've had a heck of a consolidation, to be honest with you. They're just, I mean, this is a big range, but they're just stuck between $100 and $50, and they're just bouncing up and down in there. So actually, that gives me a lot of confidence to say, let's zoom in here. So your issue is you don't have any volume, and you haven't really had any volume for the past couple of months, and you're below 4 major moving averages. So right there, I'm saying, man, you're in some trouble. So let this red line stochastic move up and break into the sweet spot. If you want to swing trade this, you can, but the problem is, and you see what happened on Friday. Let's zoom in over here. You see what happened on Friday. You ran with, I need to see my moving averages. You ran with this candlestick right into the moving average, and it pulled right back. This one, you tried to stay above the moving average, pulled right back. So you're having a difficult time getting through the 200-day moving average. Issue is going to be you're going to need volume, and you don't have that. Even with this big volume day, you couldn't do it because there was a lot of sellers in there. Yes, Friday there was a lot of sellers in there. So, all right, I can't find BMW in the stock analyzer tool. I think BMW is foreign. Have you guys heard about Rivian? Rivian is just a fantastic car. I don't know if Rivian will do their thing, but they make beautiful looking cars. I really like that SUV. Not so much a fan of the truck. Alrighty, let's see. What is this? Camping World. So Camping World, overall downtrend. It's kind of hanging right around its moving averages. Now, the issue is, well, it's kind of starting to turn towards that yellow line. It's kind of starting to do this rollover, but I'm not too concerned. We still have great trend on this thing. And it's just holding right here at this support level. Even if you draw it back to there, you're at a support level. So I do think this thing will get moving forward. We just need to get some more volume coming into the stock. Volume has been the detriment of this stock of late. Next, Power, PWR. People have been asking me about this Power one. I can't remember. Yeah. So the thing about Power is, let's pull up a line chart. The thing about Power is you have a flagpole. So you came through the sweet spot nicely, but look at that run up that you had over, what, 3 days, 4 days? That's your flagpole pattern. This indicates that you are going to come right back down or maybe stop somewhere in here. But your ideal situation is making a climb like this with these lines, not like this, because this puts you with no support at all in here. This, you have support here, and support here. With this, you have no support, so you can come right back down. So with power, I love it. People that caught the run, please take profits on it. Please take profits on this thing, because this thing is going to come back down, and I have to guess that it will probably come down to this area right above 94.50, because there's a support level right here, and the top of this candlestick right here, 94.50. And if you're in really bad luck, it's going to come down to the 100-day moving average. So be careful with power. Well, it's actually not power, it's quantum, but power sounds cooler. Alrighty. XOM. Let's look at some oils. Okay, XOM. So we are just consolidating sideways on here, not doing very much. We actually gapped down this morning. This is very driven by geopolitical issues that are happening in the world. So if you want to be in this thing, you're going to get bounced around. That's all you got to know. I'm telling you guys that if you want to go and trade and make some money this week on stocks, on the day trading end, go and day trade the oil stocks, BP, Shell, Chevron. I can't think of any other ones, but I'm sure you guys can think of them. So here we have a nice little run up on Dominion Energy. Dominion Energy was the last big short that I played. So with Dominion Energy, you've had a great run up, and the market is now open. So this thing is really running on you. So make sure you know. Look at this, guys. Here was a good run up with some W formation. So you have here, here, and here. With this one, you saw it W'd up. So even when it came down, it stopped right there. It stopped. Now this time when you ran up, here was your flagpole pattern, and you came right back down essentially to exactly where you started that flagpole. So with W formations, you have support levels in there. Now this one was a great looking M formation coming down. This is a great short coming down. So Dominion Energy, just be careful with this one. Trade it. This is another one. Energy, trade it. Do your thing with it. So all right, let's see here. Yeah, that's all I got. All right, guys, you guys have a wonderful day. I want my day traders to go in there and day trade it, and day trade all the oils, day trade this and that. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. And then we have the 2 p.m. show at 2 p.m. tomorrow. And that's it. You guys have a wonderful day. See ya.